You're in the shower, and suddenly you're in the middle of a full argument with someone, rehearsing exactly what you'd say, how they'd respond, how you'd shut them down. The conversation never happened. It probably never will, but your brain is completely convinced it matters. Or maybe you imagine entire scenarios, getting a phone call with good news, confronting someone who hurt you, being finally understood by someone who never listened. Vivid, detailed, emotionally real. If this is you, you are not strange. You are not broken. And there is a deeply fascinating psychological reason your brain does this. Let's start with the most fundamental explanation. Your brain cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you replay a confrontation in your head, the same neural pathways activate as if the confrontation were actually happening. Your heart rate slightly changes, your stress hormones respond. Your emotional brain processes it as a real experience. This is called mental simulation, and it is one of the most powerful tools the human brain has ever developed. It is the same mechanism that allows athletes to mentally rehearse a performance before competing, surgeons to walk through procedures before operating, and humans to plan for futures that haven't happened yet. The problem isn't that you imagine fake scenarios. The problem, if there is one, is what you are using that superpower for, and how much of your day it quietly consumes. The second reason runs deeper, and it is about control. Most of the scenarios people imagine share one thing in common. In the imagined version, you know exactly what to say. You are articulate, confident, understood. You get the outcome you wanted. You are finally seen and heard in the way you need it. Real life rarely gives us that. Real conversations are messy, unpredictable, unresolved. The imagined version is the version where you have full control over every word, every response, every outcome. Psychologists describe this as compensatory imagination, using mental scenarios to fulfill needs that reality hasn't met. The need to be heard, the need to win, the need to feel safe, the need for closure that never came. The third layer is one that most people haven't considered. Imagining fake scenarios is often a form of emotional rehearsal. When something important is coming, a difficult conversation, a job interview, a confrontation, the brain starts running simulations in advance. It is trying to prepare you, to reduce the uncertainty, to give you a map of a situation before you walk into it blind. This is actually intelligent behavior. The brain's job is to predict and protect. And rehearsing scenarios is one of the most sophisticated ways it does that. The challenge is when the rehearsal never stops, when your brain keeps running simulations long after the situation has passed, or for situations that will never happen. When the imagined conversation with someone who hurt you 3 years ago still plays on a loop. When you rehearse arguments with people who have no idea they're even in conflict with you. At that point, imagination has shifted from a tool into a hiding place. The fourth and final reason connects directly to anxiety. The brain of an anxious person runs more simulations than average, not out of creativity, but out of threat detection. Every possible outcome needs to be mapped. Every risk needs to be anticipated. Every conversation needs to be pre-lived before it happens. This is why highly anxious people often report the most vivid and exhausting internal worlds. Their brain is working overtime, not to entertain them, but to protect them from being caught off guard. The fake scenarios feel urgent because the brain genuinely believes preparation equals safety. But here is what is important to understand. Whether you imagine fake scenarios out of a need for control, emotional rehearsal, or anxious threat detection, it tells you something meaningful about what you need. It tells you where you feel unheard, where you feel unsafe, where you are still carrying something unresolved. The brain doesn't waste energy on things that don't